to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you, designer Shelby Tyler. She'll be with us for the next 30 minutes. She created the STC, guys. You're going to definitely want to check it out. Stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and like I said, I have a beautiful young lady here, Miss Shelby Tyler, designer, founder of STC. So it's great to have you here. We love having young ladies in the hot seat, definitely who are doing big things. Like yourself. So entrepreneurship, a lot of great things are happening. So definitely tonight we'll cover a lot of those things. So kind of introduce yourself to our audience. So who are you? Not just the designer, but as a person, kind of like give us a little spectrum of that.
Okay, well, I'm Shelby Tyler. I'm 21 years old, just graduated from college, Philadelphia University. Yes, I'm a fashion designer.
That is awesome. So being 21.
Yes.
So you're fresh into the game, but it seems like you've been doing this a long time. This is definitely something you've been doing and loved. So kind of talk about that.
I've been doing it since I was in high school. Wasn't really taking it 100% seriously until maybe like 2 years ago. So now that I am finished with school, it's time to take it 100% serious and really do it.
So when did you really decide that, aside from the last couple of years, but when did you really develop that passion that you decided that, okay, I'm interested in something artsy, but you want to craft it towards the design aspect?
High school, as I was graduating from 8th grade, it was the time where we, in New York, we have to decide what high school we can go to, which is amazing. And I was looking through the big New York City high school book, and I saw the High School of Fashion Industries, and I was just like, wow, I want to go there. It sounded really interesting to me. And then from then,
that was that. What about parental support? Of course, it's a big thing, especially anytime you're doing anything that's kind of artsy. Parents get a little worried.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, it's all well and good. Are you going to get a job after this? Are you going to make money? Or, there's a lot of, not all careers or all degrees, I should say, lead to guaranteed jobs.
Right.
So when you presented that initially to your parents, how did that go?
My mom was skeptical. She was like, I want you to continue to go on to Catholic school. I've been going to Catholic school majority of my life. And
good old Catholic school.
The high school was public, so she was a little worried about that. But we sat down, we had a conversation, and at the end of the day, she was like, okay, we can do this. We'll see where this goes. I want to, because she was starting to do entrepreneurship herself. So I think that was why she originally let me do it.
Of course, it's important, and that's why I asked that. It's really important, and we all know, especially in our community, a lot of times, myself included, I remember wanting to do certain things, and it's like, what does that really lead to? What are you going to do with that? And which is a valid question.
And I think it was good for me to go to a specialized high school because, like many people that I went to high school with, they studied 4 years of fashion and decided that that's not what they wanted to do. It's better to figure that out in high school than go to college and we have to pay and then you're wasting money.
Come back out with a huge debt before you even get started.
Right. Wasting time. So I think it was a good way to reassure me that this is what I wanted to do.
So post high school, you graduate, you have a good background, you knew that fashion is what you wanted to do. What aspect of fashion did you kind of specialize in?
In college, fashion, merchandising, and management. And I had concentrations in entrepreneurship and product development.
Of course. So you know what? That opens a lot of doors.
Yes.
So you have, I think anytime you add that business aspect to it, it opens a lot more doors for you.
Yeah.
So you're not just on the creative side, you have the ability to also flip it. You could do business. If you ever not creating, you could just get into so many other sectors.
Yes.
Just from having that. So that's awesome that you decided to do that. Being 21.
Yes.
And I just can't believe you're 21. You're so gorgeous and fresh
Thank
in
you.
this. It's like awesome. Where do you really see yourself going? So much changes. The industry is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you kind of want to see yourself 3 years and then even 5 years?
3 years, I see myself with my new business venture, which is it's like a mobile fashion truck / pop-up shop. I see that taking off, and then eventually going into the future, maybe opening my own brick and mortar store and just trying to see if I can dabble in different things. I really want to be just like a business owner, a real entrepreneur, not just a fashion designer. I want to really take business by the reins.
That's amazing. So, of course, there's a lot of new programs, like on Centris especially. They've been doing a lot of different programs. They had like Queen Boss, and those are really good shows that kind of show the entrepreneurship and getting, understanding how to build a business plan, the different things that are needed to actually move forward.
Yeah.
So, for yourself, do you think this is something that's on the rise, that you're seeing to the point there are programs and different things out there for entrepreneurs? Like, that seems to really be the wave.
Yes. I feel like, okay, millennials, they say, are like more open to being entrepreneurs and like going down that that road that's not necessarily like, there's no like a blueprint for it. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just something new that we're just trying to tap into. We want to be our own bosses.
And there was actually another statistic that was released that was saying that the average millennial holds a job for like 18 months before they switch to another job.
Yeah.
So anytime, like, gone are those days where you one job at like 20 years or 30 years. That doesn't even exist. For even if you're at a company for like 5 years, they're like, oh my God, you've been there for 5 years?
Right.
Like,
we're not afraid of change.
There's a constant change. And that's actually something that before they used to be looked at negatively.
Yeah.
If you keep changing jobs, like, why can't you keep a job?
Yeah.
Now it's the reverse. If you're in the same position too long, that could actually do more damage for you.
Because while you're there, the rest of the world is moving forward with the new technology and new different ways. So it's like, it's kind of a disadvantage because you're not progressing as the rest of the world is. So when you do finally move on, it's like you missed all this and now you can't really catch up.
Absolutely. But you mentioned technology, which is something that I wanted to touch upon a little bit. So what is your view? Because they keep mixing technology and fashion. Do go hand in hand.
It does.
Even though it may not be that apparent on the forefront. From the textiles, who you get your manufacturing from, those are all different things. How do you view all that?
I think it's great, especially there's this new technology with the mirrors where you can just stand in front of it and it takes your measurements and it tells you in the store, like what type of pant is best for your body shape and what size is for you. Like, it's amazing.
Is that like an app?
I think it's Stella McCartney who had it in her store. It's amazing what's happening with technology and fashion. I like it. That
is really, really cool. It could be a little bit scary.
Definitely, because you don't know, where it's going to go.
Oh, my goodness. But we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, I actually want to highlight on some more technology that will be going on. Stay right here. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Shelby Tyler, designer, of course. So like we were saying right before we took a break, technology, really, really huge. You actually just schooled me on something. So that's a new type of technology. If you're just joining us, that could actually take your measurements, kind of refresh us on it.
Yeah, so it's like you go, I don't know if it's in the actual fitting room or if it's on the floor. You just stand in front of it. I'm not too sure myself. I just heard about it, but it basically just sizes you up, and you can. It tells you what pant is best for you, what size. Say you're not the best at figuring out what pant size is better for you, what style is best for your body type, and they'll show you and they'll help you and they'll tell you what's in the store too.
And not to be mean, but I think that some people could actually use some help, because you see people wearing clearly the wrong size. And I always joke and I say, like, the size of the shirt isn't written on the outside.
Right.
Would it hurt to go a size up?
Right.
It's not like it's written on the outside for everyone to see. Only you are going to know. But some people can't come to terms that they need to do that. Yeah. So maybe sometimes it's suggested to them. And that could be a big help. What about body image? And you know, in a lot of ways, that has changed, because it went from being, especially if you're following European standards, being bone thin was the wave. Now it's to the point, you know, you gotta have curve. Yeah. Doesn't matter what race you are, you have to have some curve. And designers are having to reshape their measurements. What was traditional measurements no longer considered traditional measurements. So for yourself, fresh in the game, how has that shaped your way of designing?
It definitely has. I try to, well, now anyway, like more present, I try to include as many sizes that I can. So currently I do like sizes like extra small to, depending on the garment, we go up to extra large. So I think it's good that we are finally getting like positive body images, because the average size wasn't even like sample sizes for a lot of designers, which is kind of crazy.
Absolutely. And I've seen that a lot. I've been a part of Couture Fashion Week and all that stuff, and I've literally had designers telling me I'm too big. I would be too big for Euro standards, but I'm too small for, like, if you like the super thick. So it's like for someone who's in between, you know, it's just more of a fit size, you kind of lose out.
Right.
So a lot of times it's hard to find a designer that would actually fit somebody's body. For you, what do you say? Would you ever decide to make like a cutoff of, like some designers say, you know, I'm not making anything past a size 6 or past a size 4?
No, I wouldn't do that. Well, maybe because I am a more fuller, curvy girl, so I wouldn't do that, because I know how it is to look for clothes and you can't find your size, or it is your size but it doesn't fit the way it's supposed to. So yes, no.
And that's good, because a lot of times, like I said, designers do that. They put limitations and exclusions on their clothing. So who would be your ideal customer? Like, when you vision your clothes, who are you envisioning your clothes on?
Me, really? So
that's good. That's great.
My audience really is just the 20-something. Maybe you're in college, maybe you're out of college, starting your job or starting your career, but you like clothes. You like to, you know, dress up, dress down.
That's awesome, and that makes total sense. To actually, I love when you said you see it on yourself, because you should.
Yeah.
You should. If you can't see it on yourself first, how do you expect to see it on anybody else?
Exactly.
Although there are designers who, they design for specific people, and they say certain people are not to wear their clothes.
Right.
So it all depends. That's the freedom of being a designer. You have that power to do that. So I think it's kind of cool, but it's all how you use it. So what is your mission?
My mission basically is just to provide clothing for a woman so she can gain confidence within her stylish self. So a lot of people, you know, they don't always feel confident with what they wear. I want everyone to feel confident in my clothes and help them figure out their style, their personal style.
Really? So how many different looks? Like, I love the look that you're wearing today, actually.
Thank you.
Like, I love it. It's so summery and light and airy, and you could just feel beautiful wearing that. And I think that's a piece that, whether you're small framed or have a bigger frame or not so busty, you could still pull that off.
Yes.
And just by looking at that, I was like, okay, that's something I could wear. You know, I can get away with wearing that, because not everything is for everybody.
It isn't. Yeah, you're right.
And you have to, and you just have to know that. So what would you say are the top things from your professional expertise, based on, and we can cover a couple of body types, that, like someone like me who's more, I've got curves, but I'm definitely more smaller on top. What are some things that would work for me and that maybe I